Tay, have you ever heard a song so powerful it could shake a nation? A beat so infectious it could make the whole world dance? Today, we're diving into the story of a man who did just that. A musical genius, a fearless activist, and a true African icon. This is the story of Fela Anikulapo-Kuti, the man who held death in his pouch and gave a continent its voice. Fela wasn't born a rebel, he was born Olufelo Olusegun Oludotan Ransom Kuti in 1938 in Abeokuta, Nigeria, into a prominent family. His mother, Funmilayo Ransom Kuti, was a leading anti-colonial feminist. And his father was an Anglican minister and school principal. His cousins included a Nobel laureate, Walso Inca. Excellence was the family business. Young Fela was even sent to London to study medicine, but music had already captured his soul. He switched to studying music at the Trinity College of Music, much to his family's surprise. In London, he formed his first band, Kula Libitos, playing a fusion of jazz and highlife. This was just the beginning. A trip to the United States in 1969 changed everything. He met Sandra Isidori, a member of the Black Panther Party, who introduced him to the writings of Malcolm X and other Black Power leaders. His mind was set ablaze. He realized his music could be more than just entertainment. It could be a weapon. It was during this time that he renamed his band Nigeria 70 and created a revolutionary new sound, who took the funk of James Brown, the jazz of Miles Davis, and fused it with traditional Yoruba rhythms and Nigerian hip. He called it Afrobeat. Returning to Nigeria, Fela was a changed man. He wasn't just Fela Ransom Kuti anymore. He dropped the Ransom name, calling it a slave name, and adopted Anikulapo, which in Yoruba means he who carries death in his pouch, who was declaring himself immortal, the master of his own destiny. He established a commune, a recording studio, and a nightclub he called the Africa Shrine. The shrine wasn't just a venue. It was the epicenter of a cultural revolution. It was a place where people from all walks of life could come to dance, think, and be free. And the music. Oh, the music was something else. Fela's songs weren't your typical 3-minute pop tunes. They were sprawling, hypnotic epics, often lasting 15, 20, even 30 minutes. He called his style of commentary Yabbies, with his electrifying saxophone solos, call and response vocals, with his entourage of female dancers, and a massive band pumping out an irresistible groove. Fela sang about the realities of post-colonial Africa. He targeted corrupt politicians, military dictators, and the psychological legacy of colonialism. Songs like Zombie mocked the unquestioning obedience of soldiers, while International Thief or ITT, directly called out multinational corporations exploiting the nation's wealth. He sang in Pidgin English, the language of the common people, ensuring his message reached everyone. This, of course, made him a major target for the government. He was a thorn in the side of the powerful. His home, the Kolakuta Republic as he called it, was raided countless times. He was arrested over 200 times on trumped-up charges, beaten, and jailed. The most brutal attack came in 1977 when 1,000 soldiers stormed the Kolakuta Republic. During General Alu's burning it to the ground, they threw his elderly mother, the famed activist Funmilayo, from a second-story window. She later died from her injuries. It was an unspeakable tragedy. But did it silence Fela? Not a chance. It only fueled his fire. The very next year, he famously married 27 of his backup singers and dancers in a single ceremony. Partly to protect them from harassment and to make a statement about his African-centric worldview. He continued to release blistering albums, his music becoming even more defiant. He even formed his own political party, Movement of the People, and tried to run for president. Though his candidacy was refused, he was a relentless force of nature, a voice for the voiceless, speaking truth to power, no matter the cost. Sadly, Fela's incredible life was cut short. He passed away in 1997 at the age of 58. His funeral was a monumental event in Nigeria, with over 1 million people flooding the streets of Lagos to pay their respects to the man they called Abami Ida, the chief priest. But the story doesn't end there. Fela's legacy is immortal. Knit. In 2006, his band, Egypt 80, led by his son Fela Kuti, was posthumously recognized with a Grammy nomination, a testament to their enduring influence. Fela's music has been sampled by countless artists, from hip-hop to house music producers. The Broadway musical Fela celebrated his life and music, winning Tony Awards and touring the globe, introducing his story to a whole new generation. And what about Afrobeat? It's bigger than ever. Today, a new generation of West African superstars are taking the global stage. Artists like Wizkid, Davido, and Burna Boy, who openly credit Fela as their primary inspiration. They've built upon his foundation, creating a modern sound often called Afrobeats, with an S, that S conquering charts worldwide. They carry the torch, venting Fela's rebellious spirit with contemporary sounds and continuing to put African music and culture on the map. Fela Anikulapo-Kuti was more than a musician. He was a prophet, a revolutionary, and a cultural leader who used his art to fight for justice and dignity for his people. He proved that one man, armed with a saxophone and the truth, could indeed stand up to an army. His beat goes on, not just in the music of his sons Femi and Fela Kuti, but in every artist who dares to speak out, and in the heart of a continent that he helped to find its rhythm and its voice. Thanks for watching. If you were moved by Fela's story, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the lives of cultural legends. Let us know in the comments which Fela song is your favorite. See you next time.